Last time on Mysterious Island.
The last thing I recall was sinking down beneath the wave.
It looks like some kind of room.
I remember seeing a green light.
Run, Herbert! Run! Get out of there!
Something powerful seized me and dragged me under.
We saw a green light.
But there was more than one of them.
Jack! Herbert!
1 minute we're fighting a civil war, the next we're on an island on the other side of the world.
It's that thing again.
And if we can get in, we can get out.
Are we sure we're dealing with a sea creature here?
Everybody out now!
It's an earthquake!
Captain Hardy!
Captain!
I'll look after the captain! You go with your parents! Go!
Herbert, now! Are you all right, Neb?
The captain!
I'll get him. Captain, we've got to get you out of here. This whole thing could come down. Oh, leave it, man. After.
Aftershock! It's starting again!
Get out!
Come on, Father.
Where's Mr. Spilett?
Mr. Spilett?
Found it!
Oh, that's quite a bump you're gonna have there, Captain.
I felt better.
Are you all right, Captain?
I'll be fine.
This is really strange. I feel kind of seasick.
It's an after effect of an earthquake, Neb. It'll pass.
Grown quite fond of that shelter. Suppose we'll just have to build another one.
It's probably just as well. With an earthquake like that, there's a real danger of tidal waves, so we can't stay on the beach.
Tidal waves?
Imagine a 50-foot wall of water traveling several hundred knots. It'll wipe out everything in its path.
Well, in light of that, perhaps we ought to consider relocation.
You're right, Mr. Spilett. We must move to higher ground.
Our home in Nova Scotia has a view of the sea. Sure would be nice to find something like that here, wouldn't it, Captain?
It would indeed. I've always wanted to live by the ocean.
Where is your home?
Now, I live, or should I say my wife and daughters live, on a farm in Massachusetts. But our family home was in Virginia.
Virginia? Was it a plantation with one of those big white mansions and tall pillars?
Very like that.
Why did you move? Because of the war?
No, we moved some years before the war.
I've read that some of those plantations have more than 1,000 acres. Did you have lots of land, Captain?
The captain had 3,000 acres of prime land, mainly tobacco and cotton. It's been in his family for 5 generations.
You've been there?
I lived there when I was a little boy.
You lived with Captain Harding?
Yes, Mr. Spilett. Neb's family were our slaves.
You owned slaves?
The captain never owned a slave in his life. He freed us the day that he inherited the estate.
Nevertheless, you were raised in a house that was run by slaves.
Yes.
The captain did all he could to put things right. He gave us a wagon, a mule, and enough money to start a new home in Upper Canada.
Sure, he could afford to. His family fortune was built on the backs of your people.
Now that's not fair.
Yes, it is, Neb. You're absolutely right, Mr. Pencroft. Not a day goes by without that thought biting deep into my soul.
You didn't cause the past, Captain. These things, you should leave them there.
Not until they're laid to rest, Neb. Not until then.
Right, that's enough. Now, Captain, your family history is fascinating, but at the moment my concern is that there's no fresh water up here and that our only source of food is down there in the sea.
A full pantry won't be much use, Mr. Pencroft, if they're all killed.
You're right, Mr. Spilett. The most important thing for us now is to try and find a safe, defensible shelter.
Defensible from what?
We still don't know what or who might be living here.
Maybe that monster lives up here.
Not a monster, but I think that there is someone else living on this island.
How can you say that?
Well, something did lead us out of that temple, Father.
There was an animal, a fish.
Yes. A fish which breathes air and has green lights.
Fine. Let us carry on. I'm sure that Harding's Phantom will have a few spare rooms for us somewhere up here.
Boy, you all right, Mrs. Pencroft?
Fine, thank you, Captain.
Would you mind telling me, Captain, exactly what you're looking for in this defensible shelter?
Well, a volcanic island like this one should have an underground system of caves and lava tubes. If we can find a suitable one, it could provide the basis for a more permanent shelter.
Unless the lava starts flowing.
Well, if it does, Mr. Pencroft, I don't imagine it will matter where we live. I suggest that we crest this rise and get our bearings from there. Why don't we aim for that tree near the summit? It could all shift again. Be careful.
He was somewhere by those rocks.
Herbert, stay back.
I've got a pulse.
What? He couldn't have survived that.
Gideon, can you hear me? He's conscious.
I'm terribly sorry about all this.
Are you in a lot of pain?
Hard to tell. Truth be told, I don't feel much of anything.
Can you feel that?
Yes. Yes, I can. Oh, that's much better. Thank you.
Mr. Spillett, do you have any kind of mobility at all?
Well, I seem to be able to move one of my legs.
You're a very lucky man. You seem to be wedged somehow in a cavity underneath this boulder. Maybe we could try and ease him out. All right, now, Mr. Spillett. Ready? No.
Maybe if we move this rock, Captain, maybe we can dig him out.
I don't know, Neb. I don't know. Or you could try it. All right, Neb. Try and ease it out. No, it's moving! He's only protected by the rocks underneath. But if there were a way to tip the big one from behind, I think it would roll away and miss him.
We need to find a lever of some kind.
Oh, it would have to be enormous to move that.
Then we'll find one.
I don't think that would work, Mr. Pencroft.
What do you suggest, Captain? A short trip to the general store for some dynamite?
You know, Mr. Pencroft, you may just have come upon a solution. Nib, I'll need your help.
Captain Harding!
What exactly is the situation here? And I prefer the truth. Please.
The boulder's too heavy to push, and if we try and dig you out, chances are it'll slip again and crush you.
Cheerful prospect.
But we'll get you out, Mr. Spillett, I promise you that.
Oh, yes, of course you will, old man.
Don't give up yet. Come on, Neb.
Where are you going?
To the general store. Don't lose heart, Mr. Spillett. We'll be back as fast as we can.
Harding! Man's gone stark raving mad. What we have to do here, Mr. Spillett, is ease the weight of the boulder off you, and then we can slide you right out.
Pardon my asking, but how do you plan to do that?
You leave that one up to us.
I don't have much choice, do I? Pencroft? No matter what happens, I want you to know I appreciate all that you've done for me.
If that thing starts to go, don't do anything heroic. Just get out of there.
I won't do anything reckless, if that's what you mean.
Believe me, Joanna, if it's going to happen, it's better that it happens quickly. Come on, Herbert, let's go.
What is it, Captain?
You think this landslide was triggered by an earthquake?
What else could it be?
You tell me.
Gunpowder? You think the Phantom did this?
Who else could it be? It seems he's decided that he doesn't want us here. Why? Why? What is he doing here that he doesn't want us to find out? We better get going.
That's very kind. Thank you, Mrs. Bancroft.
You can call me Joanna, you know.
I'm not sure your husband would approve. After all, we've not been formally introduced.
Well, it seems an odd time and place for formalities.
Perhaps. But old habits die hard. What's the matter?
What is it you're after, Mr. Spillett?
My journal. Would you... Thank you. Would you be good enough to make an entry for me?
Why don't you do it once we have you out of there?
Mrs. Spillett. Joanna, please. My darling, if you are reading these words, you will already know that I am dead.
Kitty.
I realize now that it was pure conceit and stubbornness on my part to take up Father's challenge to come to the New World and make my living as a writer. If I had listened to your pleas to stay, we might be sitting comfortably by the fire, planning our wedding day. I regret that so deeply. And always remember that not a moment existed when I didn't love you with all my heart.
And, who should we deliver this to?
Emily Spate, Churton House, Tunbridge Wells. Make sure her husband doesn't get a hold of it.
If we ever get back to civilization, I promise you, I'll deliver this to your fiancé.
If you don't mind me asking, Captain, where will we find gunpowder?
Nothing magical about gunpowder, Neb. It's just sulfur, iron filings, and potassium nitrate.
Uh-huh.
You see the yellow deposits all around the lake, that's sulfur. And the black sand we saw by the shore, that's iron filings. Now, if you gather those, I'll look for the potassium nitrate.
Where will you find that?
Well, it usually forms underground. I might find it in the rock lining of a cave. Neb! Neb! No! Neb! Neb, can you hear me? Neb!
Oh, my head. I was by the lake. I couldn't breathe. Then I must have passed out.
How does your head feel?
Like something sharp's been jammed into my skull.
You had me scared, Neb.
I'm fine. Let's go get that stuff you need.
No. You sit there for a minute. I'll do it. You rest. Here.
think the captain will find dynamite?
Find dynamite? You don't find dynamite, you make it.
Don't you like him?
It's not that I don't like him, it's just that he has his way of doing things and I have mine.
But he is an admirable person, isn't he?
I can understand why you think that. I'm sure Joanna does.
I think the captain's gonna help us get through this. But he's not my father. You are. And he certainly can't do the things you can.
You don't like being separated from them, do you?
I like to keep my eye on them. In case you haven't noticed, they tend to get into trouble when left to their own devices.
Men have a habit of doing that. It must have been difficult to marry a man with a grown-up son.
It was knowing Herbert and what he'd been through finally persuaded me to marry Jack. I loved him the moment I laid eyes on him. I never told him that at the time. I was concerned for Herbert. Poor boy was all alone with his mother when she died. Jack was away at sea. Didn't get back till 3 weeks later.
Poor wee chap.
Poor Herbert indeed. I don't think he ever forgave his father for not being there. In the beginning, I was afraid my marrying Jack would alienate Herbert.
And yet you did marry him.
Yes. I thought they needed someone to bring them back together again. I thought I could make a home where that could happen.
I think you succeeded, Joanne.
I hope so. I love them both very much.
Ned, wake up. How are you feeling?
Did you get what you wanted?
No, we still need the potassium nitrate. Come on. Where did you find this?
What is it?
Saltpeter.
What's wrong, Captain?
This is potassium nitrate. This is exactly what we needed. Where did it come from?
I don't know.
We better get back. Come on, Ned, come on.
They're back. Not a word of this to them now.
Oh, your secret's safe with me. I shall take it to my grave.
How is he?
Boulder shifted twice while you were gone.
Well, still laying about, are you, Mr. Spillett?
My father always said I had an extraordinary talent for avoiding work. I think he'd be impressed with this little effort.
We'll see if we can get you more gainfully employed, shall we? Now, Will, ease the weight of the boulder, and then you get in there, Joanna, and try and slide Mr. Spillett out. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
It's not moving.
Put you back into it, Herbert.
It's moving.
Now, Joanna!
It's got to go higher!
Oh, get out!
For pity's sake, Herbert! Save her! No regrets, Pencroft.
Harding! All right, Herbert. Miss Holden.
You all right, Gideon?
Yes. Yes, I think so.
We have everything we need to make an explosive charge.
You can't be serious. Will it work?
I hope so, Mr. Pencroft. All right, Neb. Now, Mr. Spilett, I've laid the charge on the far side. The boulder itself will protect you. The explosion will tip the large boulder over the ones beneath, and gravity will do the rest. The rocks we've placed here will protect your head.
I'm sure you know what you're doing, Captain Harding.
Joanna will cover your face with clothing.
Put your head down as far as you can, Gideon. This'll keep the dust off your face.
Good luck, Mr. Spilett.
We're ready, Captain.
Good.
Captain, how do you intend to light the fuse?
Flint, Mr. Pencroft. It's all around us. Neb has it. Everyone down!
Why is it taking so long?
Mrs. Pencroft, stay back.
The fuse may have burned out.
Probably still wet. Not yet, Mr. Pencroft. I used too much. I killed him.
Ripping loud bang, wasn't it?
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, Mr. Spilett.
Thank God.
Let's get him out of there.
One moment, Gideon. Can you move your toes?
Yes.
Good. Can you move your fingers? That's unbelievable. Nothing broken or crushed.
I'm sorry to have given you all such a fright. I thought my time had come. Thank you. Thank you all.
We must get off this hill
Where will we go?
to find solid ground. The top of the ridge should be a good place to make a temporary camp.
I agree with you, Captain. Provided Mr. Spilett is up to it.
Oh, indeed. Indeed. I shall have to make another entry, shan't I?
That you will, Gideon.
This could be a good spot to make camp, Captain.
It's high enough up to be safe, yet close enough to the sea to gather food.
No fresh water.
You're right.
It's gonna be dark in a few hours. I think we should keep going.
Neb?
Oh, this is spectacular. An underground lava tube.
Just like you said, Captain. Look at this.
I think we found Mr. Spilett hotel. Fresh. That will certainly please Mr. Pencroft. Pencroft.
Well, you didn't expect us to sit out there and wait, did you? There's another entrance at the back of the ridge.
Thank you, Herbert.
This place is unbelievable.
I think we found our new home.
Captain, what about a view of the ocean? We're gonna need to watch for ships.
Still too much.
Windows, just like a real home.
Granite House. Stately home of a new class of castaways.
Then that's what we'll call it.
You know, I think things are finally starting to go our way.
Where you going?
I thought I'd surprise everyone. I'm off to get some breakfast.
Can I come with you?
Sure.
These are delicious. Want some?
What are they?
Some kind of berry. They taste like cherries.
Oh, just put them down for a moment. You said your parents were slaves on Captain Harding's estate.
On his father's estate.
Were you ever a...
Yes. I was 6 when the captain gave my family their freedom, so yes, I was born a slave.
I can't imagine what that would be like.
No, you can't. We moved to Upper Canada because we thought things would be better. And we did get some land, but we were poor and uneducated, and people seemed determined to keep us that way.
Didn't you go to school?
Yes, I went to a school, to a black school. We didn't have any fancy desks or walls full of books, but I learned to read and write. What's that?
It's locked. I wonder what's inside it.
It's too heavy to carry back. I'll go get some help.